I'm trying to figure out how long he thought 375,000. Well, you gonna get another job or something?
You comparing these regular folks to you. People don't even make 375 in their lifetime. How you gonna tell them that that's
the average person makes 50,000 a year? What are you talking about?
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're not new to the channel and you've been enjoying the content so far on this channel, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me as well. And so today I want to react to a conversation between Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco, in which they're debating if $350,000 is enough to live on for the rest of your life.
A Wisconsin man apparently took out a $375,000 life insurance policy, faked his own drowning so he could abandon his family and flee to Europe.
And so before I go ahead and play the rest of the video, let me go ahead and provide y'all with a little more information about what's going on in this particular case. You got a 44-year-old married man and a father of 3 went missing. The whole town is looking for him. They're using all the resources available, all the money, all the man hours going into trying to search for this missing person, trying to find this body in the bottom of a lake. And so they're using sonograms, they're using helicopters, they're using everything, boats, everything. Can't find him. And so long story short, they checked his computer. They always check the computer. When all else fails, they always check the computer. And so come to find out, he's been corresponding with a woman in Eastern Europe. And he cleared out his $375,000 life insurance policy. And so now everybody involved, all the investigators involved, are now going with the story that this man faked his own death, because that's what it's looking like. And either things were really that bad at home, his wife was horrible, his kids were rotten, or whatever woman that he was corresponding with in Eastern Europe was telling him exactly what he wanted to hear. And it must have been good.
I held back.
You did?
Now that I've opened up and I've told you the truth about myself, I just want to be completely free to do any and everything you want me to.
Oh, God.
Richie, I think I'm falling in love with you.
Hello, it's Daddy. Hey, darling, put Mommy on the phone. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie. Yeah, look, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy.
And that's exactly how it happens for a lot of guys out here. Corresponding with individuals online, people who they assume are women, telling them everything they want to hear, 1,000 miles away across the ocean, telling them about the lifestyle they can have and everything else in between that they can have. And so, of course, it sounds sweet. And that's probably exactly how it went down for this guy right here. He was corresponding with an individual from Uzbekistan in Eastern Europe. And I'm going to circle back around to that in a little bit. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of the clip. And then, of course, I'll come back and chime in.
Ocho, would you fake your own death?
Absolutely not. I mean, he faked his death, tried to get away from his wife, get away from his kids. He must have been miserable. He must have been really miserable. You know how bad it has to be as a family man with kids and a wife to fake your death and want to leave and use insurance money. Like logically think about that. It has to be really bad.
I'm trying to figure out how long he thought 375,000. Well, you gonna get another job or something?
Well, it depends on his lifestyle. It depends on how he live. You know, 375 could be a fortune to some people, Uncle, especially if you live way below your means or you're not a spender like that.
Well, you got to pay rent. Does he have a place already paid for? Is he gonna get a car?
You got to understand. Everybody don't move like that. You feel me? Some people get stressed.
So how you gonna get around? He just gonna walk? I mean, you going to the UK?
What? He in Europe, He was moving somewhere in Europe.
And so I agree with Ocho on this one. I mean, this dude had it somewhat planned out. It looks like he had it somewhat figured out. He went to one of the cheapest European countries that you can live. The average yearly salary in Uzbekistan is around $17,500 a year. And so that's probably one of the cheapest places you can live. And we're not talking about a materialistic country like the United States. We're talking about a country like most European countries where people take it easy. They don't work themselves to death. It's a slower pace. You're not consumed with consumerism. And so now let's say you invest that $350K wisely to generate some steady income. If you put it into a balanced portfolio with an average return of maybe 5-7%, that's going to yield you around $17.5 to $24.5K a year without depleting the principal. So yeah, it sounds like he had it figured out. He went to the right country, and with the right financial planning, anybody can really do it. Doesn't take much. Like I said, just a balanced portfolio that yields you 5 to 7%. You can live off 20 a year.
Did you hear what I just said?
You cannot live off $20,000 a year, Ocho. Stop it.
Hey, but you have to understand. You thinking from your perspective too. You know.
No, I'm thinking from a logical perspective.
Middle-aged white man. You know, married, 3 kids. You know, he ain't living like that, man. He ain't living like that.
Ocho, $375,000 is not a lot of money for a lifetime, bro.
You comparing these regular folks to you. Ocho. People don't even make $375 in their lifetime. How you gonna tell them that that's
Ocho, the average person makes $50,000 a year. What are you talking about?
And so I have to go ahead and agree with Ocho Cinco on this one. Shannon Sharpe, the man, Shannon Sharpe, the grown man, doesn't know what it's like to be broke. Shannon Sharpe, the grown man, has probably never had less than $1 million in his bank account. This is somebody that he said he left a $2 million check on his dresser, and the Denver Broncos had to call and remind him to cash it. And so his thinking was on a whole nother level. His mindset is on a whole nother level on how he feels and his relationship with money.
Yeah.
Can you live off $20,000 a year?
Who?
Ocho Cinco.
Shit, yeah. I make that bitch stretch. I can make it. Listen, I can stretch.
You cannot.
You want to bet?
You cannot.
Boy, you out of touch with reality.
What's the average salary? What's the average salary for an American?
In this goddamn economy?
The economy doesn't matter.
Nah,
it costs more, but people are still making $48,000, $50,000 a year, Ocho.
No, they are not. No, they are not. Watch, tell Ash, look it up real quick. Boy, people out here struggling, boy. $50,000 a year will.
Hold on. What is it? According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the average. Hold on. Now you don't want to listen.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, and I want you to read the chat with the people that are actually living the real life.
The average salary for.
Go ahead.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, the average U.S. salary in 2023 was $59,384.
So everybody fucking struggling, but because the U.S. Department said this is what everybody make, this is minimum. Ocho. Now everybody's straight. Now we got all the goddamn financial issues in the goddamn economy, but you listen to what that goddamn chart got to say.
Ocho, listen. Just because you make $60,000, yes, it costs more to live. Yes, groceries are higher. Gas prices are higher. Rent is higher. That doesn't diminish what you make. Yes, it costs more to live.
And so this conversation right here, just say that, and then you got Chad Johnson, who drives around in a minivan and brags about not spending his money. And so the two of them together, it's the perfect match. But I'm gonna go ahead and side with Ocho Cinco on this particular one right here. I definitely could see somebody living on $375K, especially in Eastern Europe and especially in Uzbekistan. But let me know if y'all agree. Let me know if y'all feel the same way below. Let's try to go ahead and keep the conversation going. And as usual, peace and chaos.